Another part of anxiety, the inability to sleep. You ever had a big exam, big job interview? Can't sleep. What did the Prophet ﷺ teach us every night to recite before you go to sleep? Ayatul kursi. But why? I mean, the Quran is so vast, so many beautiful verses. Why would the Prophet ﷺ tell us to recite ayatul kursi before sleep? And this is so beautiful. What's the verse? Allahu la ilaha illahu al-hayyul qayyum. Before you go to sleep, there's no Allah. La ilaha illa huwa. No Allah except Him. But what names? Hayyul qayyum. You know why qayyum is important? I'm about to go to sleep. Who's taking care of everything? How can I sleep when things aren't being taken care of? How can I rest when things aren't being taken care of? Y'all over here taking melatonin. You gotta take ayatul kursi, yo. But you gotta take it with the meaning though. Stop just reciting stuff. You gotta, man, read it in English, man. Stop at this word, al-hayyul qayyum. The one who is taking care of everything while I sleep. Everything while I sleep. And then Allah brings it home. Ready? La ta'khuduhu sinatun wa la nawm. Ya Rab. Right after. La ta'khuduhu sina. He doesn't get drowsy nor does he sleep. Because if you're qayyum, you know qayyum is like a mudir. You know what a mudir is in Arabic? He's like the boss. Al-mudir yani is the one in charge of the mu'assasa. That is the mudir, the one in charge. But a mudir can't sleep unless the mudir knows that somebody else is taking control. So, la ta'khuduhu sinatun wa la nawm is so profound because Allah is saying, before you go to sleep, just want to remind you, I don't sleep. Now, it sounds almost childish. It's almost like, yeah, of course God doesn't sleep. But your anxiety doesn't realize that. Your anxiety doesn't realize God doesn't sleep. Because you think you got to stay up and take care of stuff. You think if I stop looking after this, it's going to fall apart. And I want to stop there for a moment. How many of us, please don't raise your hands, how many of us feel that if I don't, then it crumbles? I'm not saying stop. I'm saying remove the stress. That it isn't you, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So right before we go to sleep, what does the Prophet ﷺ tell us to recite? Ayatul kursi. Why? Because you won't be able to sleep through the night. You'll wake up 3 a.m. Or you'll sit there tossing and turning. Tossing and turning, tossing and turning. Why? Because you're thinking about this thing, you're thinking about that thing, you're thinking about that thing. Sometimes I'm trying to sleep and I lay there for a few moments and my wife is like, I can hear you thinking. Legit. She's like, bro, I can hear you thinking, man. Just relax. And then I realize, Al-Hayyu Al-Qayyum. La ta'khuduhu sinatun wa la nawm. And then the rest of the ayah. Lahu ma fis samawati wa ma fil. But this part right there is what I want us to focus on. Because it's your realization that He never sleeps that will allow you to sleep.